Hey everyone, so if you remember, I previously did a video about how people react to my hair, and if you haven't seen that video I will link it off over here so you can go ahead and watch it if you haven't. But I kind of felt like that video needed to be updated because I had said that, you know, I wasn't wearing my natural hair and I hadn't worn my natural hair, but now I wear my natural hair. Well, not today because I'm being lazy and I've been rocking headscarves for a while, but for a good few months I was wearing my natural hair. So I felt like I needed to update you guys on my experience on that. And also I wanted to just make a general being black in Korea video. So let's kick into the update. As some of you guys have noticed, I have been wearing my natural hair. Well, not recently because I've been quite lazy, but I have been wearing it out. And some of you guys were curious as to how people reacted to my real hair. So in the old video, I had mentioned about the reaction to braids and stuff like that because I was trying to grow my hair out and I was wearing protective styles. I just got really tired of it and I just wanted to wear my hair. So that is what I started doing, and the reaction I got was actually very surprising. So when I started wearing my natural hair, I felt like I had to prepare myself because I thought I was gonna get like these crazy questions and crazy reactions from people at work and stuff like that. But I was very pleasantly surprised at the non-reaction I got from people. So I walked into work, the first day I wore my natural hair to work. I walked into work, people looked up and went back to their business. Nobody mentioned it, nobody batted an eyelid, nobody cared. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then I went into class and my students are so cute. So a lot of them were like genuinely baffled at my hair, but there wasn't any touching. No one touched my hair, no one tried to touch it. But I had questions from the students, generally how I got my hair like to look like that. They're like, teacher, how? And I was like, this is my hair. It's not a perm because a lot of older Korean women, they get curly perms, very curly perms, and my hair is very coily and curly. So they're like, teacher, how? And I remember like one of the lessons we had like a Q&A session, so I let them ask me questions and I answered all these questions, and they were like, teacher, so that other hair, not your hair? And I was like, no. It's like, this hair? Yes, my hair. And so some of them were like, but teacher, how? I'm like, it's my real hair. But they are still genuinely baffled as to how my hair is that shape without having a curly perm. It's just so adorable, like how baffled they were. But after that, they didn't care. Like after the first initial like, oh, teacher's hair is like in a puff, then there wasn't anything spoken after it. Like they made some of the cutest comments. Like some of them were like, teacher, you look like a carrot, which I found really funny. Or what is that other one? One of the students told me that I look like a radish. If you've ever seen the ads here in Korea, there's like this radish like that advertises for insurance or something, and it has, I always wear a puff, and it has like its hair sticking up like this, and one of my students like, teacher, a radish. But I find it amusing, and I'm not insulted by it. I just think kids say the cutest things. If it was an adult that said that, I would be giving them a huge side eye. But it's kids, and just kids love to say cute things. Other than being compared to food, and if you teach in Korea, you'll know that kids are obsessed with anything that could be related to food anyway. But other than that, I didn't get any big fanfare or any big reaction about my natural hair. So I actually feel more comfortable wearing my natural hair than any other protective style. And even with the head, like I wear my headscarf to work and no one has said anything. And I feel very comfortable, no one mentions it. So in terms of the reaction I got at work to my natural hair, it wasn't anything big. So I'm just very happy that I can feel very comfortable wearing my natural hair. Maybe somebody else's experience might differ from mine, but in general, people didn't really care at work, and I was very happy with that. So next, I want to talk about being black in Korea because I haven't touched upon that yet. The previous video was about my hair, so I didn't really get an opportunity to be more general. And I know some of you guys are interested in knowing about that. So I would say in Korea, it's a little bit difficult to tell if people are reacting to you because of your skin color or purely because you're a foreigner. I know that some of my other foreign friends, they get reactions as well. Like if you're blonde hair and blue-eyed, you might get mistaken for a prostitute. Luckily for me, I don't have that problem. You will get people stare at you. I have people stare at me. I have people double take. I have people stare as I walk by. I have people look me in my eye and stare me down without any shame. I have that. But it's hard to tell if they do it because you're a foreigner or if you're black. You can't really tell, and it's difficult to distinguish. In my whole time here, I'd say I've only had one really negative experience. Whilst it was negative, I wasn't personally offended. I just found it very, very amusing. So I was walking home from work one day and I was just minding my own business, walking along the pavement, and there was a couple walking towards me. I didn't think anything of it. Why should I? So the girl starts to freak out. Like, you know the reaction some people get when they see like a large dog? It was that reaction. So I am genuinely confused. So I look around like, what's going on? Like, why is this woman freaking out? Then it took me a minute to realize that she was freaking out because of me. She was hiding behind her boyfriend. She was like squealing, and I was like, I was so confused. I was like, you are a grown woman. She looks about in her 20s, early 20s, and as we're walking by, we're crossing paths, and she starts to like walk on the other side of her boyfriend, still like trying to hide her face, and she refuses to look at me. She's like hiding her face and walking, and I was so baffled. Her boyfriend had a poker face. He's like, walk straight, don't look, no eye contact, just keep walking. And I was just all the while so baffled, so baffled. So like I'm walking, and then I give her boyfriend, because he's the only one making eye contact with me. Well, at that point we made eye contact when we were like nearly crossing paths, and I was looking at him and I was like, that's the face I gave him, so that he knows how stupid his girlfriend looked. It's like I walk, and then like I turn around as we're kind of a bit of a distance from each other. I turn around. She's still freaking out in the back somewhere, and she's looking at me. And I turn around and I just see this. And then I walk home. Like seriously, I could not believe her reaction, but I wasn't offended because she looked really stupid and I found it very amusing. So I just carried on walking. I don't look crazy. I like to think that when I leave my house, I look presentable. So I know I wasn't looking like some crazy hobo, like coming to attack this woman. I looked like a respectable member of the public. And this woman just looked ridiculous. So that was amusing, and that was the only real negative experience I've had so far. I've suddenly had some like memories come back to me, because usually you'll have kids react to you because kids don't have a filter, and again, I'm not very offended by it because kids are innocent. So I remember, oh my gosh, I think it was like last week, and I was going like just doing some grocery shopping, and this girl starts to scream, oh my, Africa, Africa. Like that's how they say Africa, Africa, Africa. And her mum is like correct her. She's like, no, paprika. She's like, paprika, paprika. And I'm just like, well done, mum. You tried to save that one. Like, it was so funny. I was just like, are you really gonna try and cover that up by saying paprika? Seriously? But that was really cute, and I wasn't bothered by that. But there was one time we were in the dessert cafe, and this little girl starts screaming, and it goes silent after she does this. She starts screaming, African person, African person. And then she's like, why is she here? What is she doing here? Why is there an African person here? And like, I guess her mom's friend was with the girl, but her mom's friend was like embarrassed, didn't really say anything. Her mom came over and slapped her, and then they changed tables. I didn't see the slap, but my co-teacher told me what had happened. She's like, oh, she just slapped her. Like, it was like everyone at the table was mortified because it was really embarrassing, because the girl like whoever she was with didn't stop her, and the girl kept going and going, and my co-teachers were like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. And I was like, yep, this is my life. And I was like, now you're experiencing it. I have to say the stares and stuff don't really bother me as much as they used to, because there's nothing you can do about it. People are going to stare at you. I just feel like my motto is, if people are going to stare at you, then give them something worth staring at, okay? But if someone is like staring and they're being really rude about it, like looking you up and down and staring, then I will stare back, and it makes them uncomfortable. I'm like, if it makes you uncomfortable, then how do you think I feel? So that's the only time that if someone's being rude with the way they're staring, then I will stare back and make them uncomfortable too. But other than that, I'm not fussed about the way people react, and I don't really get, other than the ones that I've got with like kids and that stupid woman, I don't really get much of a reaction to myself. Do you know what? I have to say, if any of you teach in China, I'm genuinely curious about your experience there, because I visited China a few weeks ago and I have never been more annoyed than the way people react to me than I was in China. Like, compared to Korea, Korea is mild compared to like the way people in China will treat you. Like, I was in Shanghai and I'm the kind of person, I didn't go with any preconceived notions about China because I was visiting there just for 3 days. I didn't really look up, the only thing I looked up was just sites and stuff. I wasn't really anticipating any sort of reaction from people. Like, I was obviously gonna think, like, I knew people were gonna stare at me and stuff. But like the mannerless way, like the way people did it, I was just like, what? People were taking pictures unashamedly. Like, they weren't ashamed. They would just take pictures, flash going off, everything loudly. I remember on the train and my friend was like, turn around. She turns me around and I hear like the flash, like the camera going off. People just taking pictures of me like this. They don't even care if it offends you. Like, even if you look them in the eye, no, they're still gonna take a picture of you. And I was just ridiculous. I just find it ridiculous, the behaviour of people. And I'm sure there's even more instances, but I probably blocked it out of my mind. I've never been, I was there for 3 days. I don't care to go to China. I want to go to like the Great Wall. There's other places I want to go to China. I have no desire to go back to China because the people I found, not everyone, there were nice people there. Let me just set that out. But some of the people were just very mannerless in the way they reacted to me and just taking pictures. I remember we were going to the Pearl and there was this group of people and they were trying, he took out his camera to take a picture and I was like, no. I walked off. And then so we went to go buy tickets for something and I saw the same group there. He brings out his camera again and I say, no, I don't want a picture. He's like, why? And he still tries to take the picture. I was like, no, I don't want a picture. He's still trying to take the picture of me. So I walk off and then I hear my friend telling him off. She's like, she doesn't want to take the picture. And she's like telling him in Chinese, like, she doesn't want to take a picture. So even if I protest, they still feel like they need to take a picture. Like, I'm sitting there minding my own business and someone comes out of nowhere and it's like, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you taking a picture of me? It's just, I don't understand why I'm so fascinating. I'm just a little bit darker than you. Still the same on the inside. Okay, we pink, we got liver, we got brain, we got bones. We're the same on the inside. Okay, turn it inside out, there's no difference. So this, it's just, I don't mind if you're curious. Okay, I can imagine if like you've heard of purple people on the TV, you've never seen them before, you're gonna stare. Like, it's natural. If you've never seen a purple person in real life, you're gonna stare because it's just interesting to you. But I feel like you just need to have manners and ask me permission. I might say yes, I might say no. Usually I'll say no, but I still feel like you should ask permission and just not be so rude about it. So China, I am okay, yeah, no. I really hope this video isn't super long because I do like to talk and tell you guys stories and then I forget I have to edit at the end, but whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching and enjoyed the little update I gave you guys. If you have any questions, then leave it below and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!